Very good, very good. Live ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. So
you make me the co-host again.
Yeah, 1 second. Give me a second. I just had to do this. Okay, I have to. 1 second. Okay, done.
Okay. So today's chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Evam Satata Yuktaye.
Evam Satata Yuktaye.
Bhaktastvām paryupasate.
Bhaktasvam paryupasate.
Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam.
Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam.
Tesham ke yoga vittamaha.
Tesham te yoga vittamaha.
One more time.
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Evam Satata Yuktaye.
Evam Satata Yuktaye.
Bhaktastvām paryupasate.
Bhaktasvam paryupasate.
Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam.
Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam.
Tesham ke yoga vittamaha.
Tesham ke yoga vittamaha.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Mayi aveshya mano ye mam.
Mayi aveshya mano ye mam.
Nitya yukta upasate.
Nitya yukta upasate.
Shraddhaya parayopetas.
Shraddhaya parayopetas.
Te me yuktatama mataha.
Te me yuktatama mataha.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Mayi aveshya mano ye mam.
Mayi aveshya mano ye mam.
Nitya yukta upasate.
Nitya yukta upasate.
Shraddhaya parayopetas.
Shraddhaya parayopetas.
Te me yuktatama mataha.
Te me yuktatama mataha.
Kleshodiktarastesham.
Kleshodikatarastesham.
Avyaktasakta chetasam.
Avyaktasakta chetasam.
Avyakta hi gatir dukkam.
Avyakta hi gatir dukkam.
Dehavabdir avapyate.
Dehavadvir avapyate.
Kleshodikatarastesham.
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
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 अव्यक्ता गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
देहवाप्तिरवाप्यते
देहवाद्भिरवाप्यते
देहवाद्भिरवाप्यते
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
मयि
सर्वाणि
सन्न्यस्य मत्परः
कर्माणि
मयि सन्न्यासमत्परः
अनन्येव योगेन
अनन्येनैव योगेन
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
ये तु
ये
सर्वाणि
तु
कर्माणि
सर्वाणि कर्माणि
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः
मयि
मयि
सन्न्यासमत्परः
सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
अनन्येनैव योगेन
अनन्येनैव
अनन्येनैव
योगेन
योगेन
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त
मां
उपासते.
ध्यायन्त उपासते
I think we'll do only this till
6, 7
7.
is together. Yeah,
Yeah.
up to 7. तेषामहं समुद्धार्ता
तेषाम् अहं समुद्धार्ता
तेषाहं समुद्धार्ता
मृत्युसंसारसागरात्
मृत्युसंसारसागरात्
सागरात्
भवामि नाचिरात् पार्थ
भवामि नाचिरात् पार्थ
चिरात् पार्थ
मयि आवेशित्या चेतसाम्
मयि आवेशित चेतसाम्
मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्
तेषामहं समुद्धार्ता
तेषाम् अहं समुद्धार्ता
तेषामहं समुद्धत्ता
मृत्युसंसारसागरात्
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 भवामि नाचिरात् पार्थ
भवामि नाचिरात्
भवामि
पार्थ
न चिरात् पार्थ
मयि आवेशिता चेतसाम्
मयि आविशित चेतसाम्
मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्
అనువాదం తెలుగులో చదువుతారా?
చదువుతాం ప్రభు.
చదవండి.
హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ.
అర్జునుడు ప్రశ్నించాడు, నీ భక్తియుత సేవలో సదా తగిన రీతి నియుక్తులైన వారు మరియు అవ్యక్తము నిరాకార బ్రహ్మమును ఉపాసించువారు అను ఇరువురిలో ఎవరు గొప్ప యోగి పరిపూర్ణులని భావింపబడుదురు.
హరే కృష్ణ. నెక్స్ట్ అది కూడా చదువు.
నెక్స్ట్ ప్రభు మస్తుగా వస్తాం ప్రభు క్లారిటీలో. శ్రీకృష్ణ భగవానుడు పలికెను, నా స్వరూపమునందు మనస్సును స్థిరముగా నిలిపి అలౌకికమును అధికమునైన శ్రద్ధతో సదా నన్ను ఉపాసించుటయందు నియుక్తులైన వారు అత్యంత పరిపూర్ణులని నేను భావించును.
హరే కృష్ణ. అత్త తెలుగులో చదువుతా? నువ్వు మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నావు.
ఓకే, శ్లోకమా?
ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ తెలుగు ట్రాన్స్లేషన్.
పరమ పురుషుని అవ్యక్త నిరాకార తత్వమునందు అసక్తమైన చిత్తము ఆసక్తమైన చిత్తము గలవారికి పురోగతి అనున్నది మిగుల క్లేశకరము. ఆ విధానమున ప్రగతి సాధించుట దేహధరులకు ఎల్లప్పుడూ కష్టతరమే.
నెక్స్ట్ అది కూడా చదువు. ఇంకా 6, 7
ఓకే, రాలేదు
ఇక్కడ.
కానీ ఓ పార్థ, సర్వకర్మలను నాకు అర్పించి అన్యచింత లేక నాకు భక్తులై మనస్సును నాయందే లగ్నము చేసి సదా నన్ను ధ్యానించుచు నా భక్తియుక్త సేవలో నన్ను ఉపాసించడి వారిని శీఘ్రమే జనన మరణ రూప సంసార సాగరము నుండి ఉద్ధరింతును.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ.
హిందీ रीटा माता जी.
एक मिनट. हाँ प्रभु जी. हिंदी.
हाँ हिंदी.
हाँ प्रभु जी, एक मिनट. 1 second प्रभु जी. Actually I'm unable to enlarge. One more. हाँ, now I can read. अर्जुन ने पूछा, जो आपकी सेवा में सदैव तत्पर रहते हैं या जो अव्यक्त निर्विशेष ब्रह्मा की पूजा करते हैं, इन दोनों में से किसे अधिक पूर्ण या सिद्ध माना जाए?
निर्विशेष ब्रह्म है, वो ब्रह्मा नहीं है. जस्ट टू क्लैरिफाई.
अच्छा, ब्रह्म की पूजा करते हैं, इन दोनों में से किसे अधिक समझा जाए?
करेक्ट.
हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण. नेक्स्ट.
प्रभु जी, may I read one more?
हाँ, read. Actually you read all because there's nobody else.
Okay.
Unless Anju can read. Anju can read English.
Yeah, she can read English. Yeah. रीटा माता जी आप सारे रीड करिए.
अच्छा. श्री भगवान ने कहा, जो लोग अपने मन को मेरे साकार रूप में एकाग्र करते हैं और अत्यंत श्रद्धा पूर्वक मेरी पूजा करने में सदैव लगे रहते हैं, वे मेरे द्वारा परम सिद्ध माने जाते हैं. नेक्स्ट. जिन लोगों ने मन परमेश्वर के अव्यक्त निराकार स्वरूप के प्रति आसक्त हैं, उनके लिए प्रगति कर पाना अत्यंत कष्टप्रद है. देहधारियों के लिए उस क्षेत्र में प्रगति कर पाना सदैव दुष्कर होता है. Another one?
Yes, last.
हाँ. जो अपने सारे कार्यों को मुझ में अर्पित करके तथा अविचलित भाव से मेरी भक्ति करते हुए मेरी पूजा करते हैं और अपने चित्तों को मुझ पर स्थिर करके निरंतर मेरा ध्यान करते हैं, उनके लिए हे पार्थ, मैं जन्म मृत्यु के सागर से शीघ्र उद्धार करने वाला हूँ. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्णा. Okay.
English.
Anju,
you want to tell?
Yeah. Hindi, no?
No, English.
Oh, Arjun inquired which is considered to be more perfect, those who are properly engaged in devotional services or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. Arjuna inquired which is the blessed Lord said, he whose mind is fixed on my personal form, always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith, is considered to be by me to be most perfect.
Right. Next.
For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. to make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. For one who worships me, giving up all his activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, who has fixed his mind upon me, O son of Pratha, for him I am the swift delivered from the oceans of birth and death.
Hare Krishna. Very good.
Hare
So, Arjuna asked a very specific question. So here he's asking, Krishna, please tell, there are two types of people from what you have described till now. One type of worship is to worship you directly by engaging in your personal form, because that's what he's been telling from 7th chapter to 10th chapter, to engage in his seva directly. And there is, the confusion might come because in 10th and 11th chapter, Krishna is showing and describing his impersonal feature, Virat Rupa, because it's not one single form. It's like everything, whatever you see in the entire creation, that is Krishna. That's what he's saying. The sunlight is me, moonlight is me, the taste in water is me, everything is me. It's impersonal. There is no particular form. Everything is Krishna. So he's telling, so how do we engage in your worship and which is considered to be better? So categorically, Krishna directly replied without any confusion. He said, those who worship me in my personal form, they are better. Why? Because the other one also is okay, but klesho dikataras tesham is very difficult. That path is very, very difficult. You cannot easily get it. It is very troublesome. That path is very troublesome. Now, if this is Krishna's opinion, so when he's giving two paths and he's saying one route is very difficult, one route is very easy, which one would you choose? Obvious, the easy one. Why would you want to take the difficult one? Now, of course, in India, everybody has so many, I don't know how many temples are there in the whole country. Thousands of temples, all worshipping the personal form of the Lord. But there is a twist in this personal form, which causes a greater confusion. And people have put a twist on this, and they say, oh, this type of worship, you need a form to worship the Lord because you are not very advanced. We are very intellectually and philosophically, we are very advanced. We are jnanis. We can read the Vedanta Sutra. We can recite prayers, such like that. And we can understand the impersonal, the Nirakara Brahman. And you guys don't understand. Because you don't understand, you need a form to worship. So you imagine any form, whatever form you like, you worship, no problem. Any form you take it. So there are of late, you also see movies which come out like PK and all, which ridicule people worshipping one stone also. Hinduism is ridiculed in that manner, right? Because it has become, come down to that level. Literally speaking, it has come down to that level. Why otherwise such mockery is done with our practices? But that is unauthorized worship. We don't worship like that. That is not a way. All the deities which are offered to worship, the personal form of the Lord to worship, they are archa vigrahas, and they are not done by sculpture, as imagination by an artist. No, the most of these forms are Swayam Prakash. They are already manifest by the Lord himself. And only the images have been done by the sculptures. maybe the same duplicate of that is done by another sculpture. Like say Ranganath. Ranganath is Shaligram Tila, is a self-manifest. Nobody has carved it. Indra has worshipped in Ranganath Swami, Sri Rangam. And our famous Balaji, Venkateshwara, is not carved by anybody. There's a beautiful story anyway, how he manifested there. Everybody knows in South India. But all these forms, again, the exact same image of that has been carved again, like Jagannath in Puri Jagannath. That is also self-manifest. Even though there is a story which says, it was carved, but actually nobody saw even the sound of carving. And later the Lord confirms that's my original form. So you have to worship that form. So these are some specific forms which are worshipped, and those forms only are authorized. Other forms are not authorized. Prabhupada very nicely gives the example, like for example, in India, we all have this famous red color post box in every lane. So if you put your letter in that red box, you can be assured your letter will reach to the destination. Now, because it is working, can I or you decide to make one red color box somewhere else and put your letter? Will it go? It won't go, because that's not authorized by the government. The post office department did not authorize that red color box. It's maybe a simple red color looking dabba. But if it is authorized by the post department, post office, it works. But yours and mine will not work. The same way, the deity worship is a very specific process given in the scriptures, how the deity is being installed, how it is to be worshipped. All these things have been laid out. And when you worship the Lord in that particular way, then your letter will be delivered to the destination. That means your worship is accepted by the Lord. Now, what kind of worship? How do you worship? Krishna is explaining again. How do you do that? Very clear. In the 11th chapter ending, he talks about, and he's continuing here, what type of worship? Ananyeva yogena mat paraha mai sanyasya. Give up everything. Mam dhyayanta upashate. Upasana means to worship. So all very, very specific instructions he's giving. Give up everything. Mat paraha, me only. Focus only on me. Ananyeva means not without any interruption. Without any interruption. Means he's talking about Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti. So if you do like that, then yes, see, without deviation. Giving up all activities unto me. So you may, whatever activity you do, and you have to do that activity for the pleasure of the Krishna. That's how you have to perform your activity. So that is an art. It is not easy. So you need guidance. Under the guidance of a spiritual master who is a pure devotee, he can guide you how to do your daily activity as an offering to Krishna. So you cannot come up with something and say, oh, in my mind, whatever I do, I'll say Krishna Arpana. So it's not that, it might sound very simple, but it is a shift in the consciousness. In fact, in the next sloka, Krishna says, how, of course, it's not here, but it's in the 12th chapter, 12th sloka, 13th sloka. See, one of the main qualifications is Nirmamo Nirahankaraha. Even though it's little ahead, I just want to touch this. Nirmamo means you have to be free from false proprietorship. Nirmama. Whatever activity you do, you are not the proprietor. That is a very crucial point. So we all think that we are the owner. That is why the training is given earlier for Karma Yoga in chapter 3. So when you practice Karma Yoga, then you become eligible, or rather you will become, it will be easier for you to practice Bhakti Yoga, because by now you already understood how to act and not take the fruit for yourself. But that is not complete. Unless the fruit is offered back to Krishna, then the activity is not complete. So that makes it Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means to join Atma and Paramatma. So this is a very simple method where you don't have to speculate how the Lord is. If it is Nirakara Brahman, there is no way for you to interact with him now or even in the liberated stage. So the Lord is very kind. He comes in a personal form to accept our service. Krishna doesn't need to eat anything, but he is very kind. He's coming in a form and he is ready to accept whatever you cook and give. Just like a small baby, you give him some chocolate or biscuit, you buy him. So what the baby will do? Baby, out of love, he'll take the same biscuit from the same packet that you went and purchased from your money. He will take one biscuit or chocolate and he'll try to put in your mouth. Will you not take it? Very happily. You'll be very, very, very proud also. Oh my God, so cutely he's giving, so nice. You'll take a selfie, you'll do share with your friends, so many things you will do. What is this guy doing actually? Small bacha. He is trying to feed you, right? You don't need that chocolate, you don't need that biscuit. But just that act of he giving and you receiving, this is the kind of facility that the Supreme Lord is very, very, very mercifully coming down in his personal form, and he's accepting whatever you do. Sometimes you see the child also puts something on your head, some cloth or something. Then you don't mind. I mean, it's not even perfect. It looks like a hat for him, and he's laughing and smiling. And you are also happy, you'll accept. Like that, we are also putting one turban. It's not perfect, it is nice or not nice, it doesn't matter. The Lord is happily accepting. Okay, put whatever you want nicely. Put nicely with faith and devotion. So this sentiment of cultivating this activity is called devotional service. So like this Navavida Bhakti, so many ways you can offer, and there is a system how to actually offer so that there is no, you're not crossing a line. Of course, then when you advance in your devotion, then there are rules and regulations, doesn't even matter. You just offer with love, so much love. Right now, we don't have so much love. So the spiritual master will tell you, okay, in the morning, you wake up, you get ready, clean yourself, take bath, be yourself fresh, then go in the morning Mangalarti, do for Brahma Muhurta time, do seva like this. So these are all called rules and regulations, or called sadhana bhakti, to regulate you. Otherwise, if there is no regulation, we will not be consistent with our seva. So if you are not consistent, then your mind is like a monkey. One day it will do, one day it will not do. So that is not going to fix, you will not be able to fix your mind, because that's ultimately what Krishna wants, is to fix your mind upon him. And he is also expecting your mind cannot be deviated. So it requires a lot more training for the mind. There are so many ways to train the mind. So Krishna explains all those methods in the previous chapters. In the 5th chapter, in the 6th chapter, he's explaining about Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Sankhya Yoga. So there are techniques. But in this technique, to control the mind is very simple. there are only two ways. Especially in Bhakti Yoga, there are only two ways. One is a medicine, one is a diet. You know what is a medicine? What is a medicine?
Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you fix your mind on the sound, on the holy name of Krishna. So that's the medicine. And medicine generally is given like a dosage. Sometimes it's given, starts with a little dosage. Then they say, oh, then you increase your dosage. Then dosages can be given morning once, night once, morning, afternoon, and night once. Like that, dosage can be increased as per the requirement. Like that, the spiritual master is giving a dosage. We chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So he said, if you really want a good effect, so the minimum dosage is 16 malas of Hare Krishna. It's about 2 hours dosage. And your diet, don't eat anything else. Eat only Krishna Prasadam. Anything offered to Krishna, you can eat. That's the diet. So this offering of diet and eating properly, honoring, basically we don't even say eating Prasadam, we honor Prasadam with a lot of respect. And if you do just these two things and the association of devotees, constantly hear the instructions of Krishna, constantly, then with this what happens, your chitta shuddhi ho jaye. Chitta shuddhi means where your mind becomes purified. And what is the purification that you are expecting? The purification is that everything I think is mine right now. Aham mameti, me and mine. That's it. Whatever I see, it is mine, or I am the center. Aham mameti. Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. The entire world is going into this cycle of illusion by accumulating more and more things. And we want everything to be mine, and to secure that in this illusion we are living. And this contamination will be cleansed by doing this taking this regular medicine and regular diet. You'll be free from that. So once you're free from that, then what happens to you? You will understand, oh, till now I'm thinking everything is me and mine, but no, everything belongs to the Lord, and I am only the servant. He has only given all these things to me as a caretaker. Just like in the bank manager. Bank manager is counting crores of rupees every day. Every day is counting crores. So you might think, oh, every day 10 crores, 20 crores I'm counting. What is there? 1 lakh if I take home. What is the problem? 10 crores I'm counting every day. Can you?
No.
Not
No,
even
it's not.
1 rupee you cannot take. They will, have you seen in the end of the day, bank managers sit and try to balance the ledger in and out. Oh, 1 rupee difference aa raha hai. 10 paisa difference aa raha hai. The guy is breaking his head. Unless it is settled, he cannot go home.
Otherwise,
Even
it will
10
go from his
paisa.
account.
Otherwise, it will go from his account. He has to pay. It is very, very, very tough job. So, why is he respected and still doing that? Because he's always maintaining one aspect. No matter how many crores of rupees I'm counting here, nothing belongs to me. I'm not the owner. Nirmamo, nirahankaraha. That is what Krishna is saying. That will automatically come only if you are taking the medicine. So now you see, these instructions of Bhagavad Gita are not theoretical. It is meant for you to apply. You have to apply this, and then you have to experience the next step of worshipping the Lord. So this is the way of worshipping the Lord. He has given all these detailed instructions. And then, of course, then he says, okay, chalo, you cannot do this. Then he'll decrease. He'll decrease the dosage a little bit. Then, this is the expectation. You want me or you want my attention. This is what I expect you to do. You have to worship me without deviation. This is called Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti is what you have to do.
Yes.
Right now, our Bhakti is not Ananya Bhakti. Right now, we have Bhakti for everything else. I love my wife, I love my children, I love my dog, I love my car, I love my job, everything. I love my bank balance. But I love you, Krishna, too, by the way. Krishna is there somewhere in the list. So this is mixed devotion. So this mixed devotion cannot attract Krishna. Krishna wants pure devotion. So our aim has to be, how do I practice this pure devotion? So that desire, Brahmande Brahmate Kone Bhagyavanji. People are always roaming around in all types of species of life, sometimes in lower species, sometimes in animal species, sometimes in Devata's body. We are all roaming around in this material Brahmanda, from one Brahmanda to another Brahmanda. We are always going, just like we want to go from India to Europe or America, or like that. The Jiva, not only India, Europe, America, I want to go to Indraloka, Chandraloka, go to next Brahmanda, udhar kya ho raha hai, idhar kya ho raha hai, bhatak rahe. We are always going around and round and round and round. This is called Bhavasagara, ocean of birth and death. You are born means guarantee you will die. You are dead, guarantee you will be born. This is what Krishna says. If you are born, that means guarantee you will die. If you are dead, guarantee you will be born again. So don't think death is end. It's not a full stop. Krishna explains death as a journey. What does journey mean? Param Gati. Gati means destination, right? It is Param Gati. You keep on going from one destination to another destination. That is death. So Krishna never tells death as a full stop. That is the last end. You don't know what happens afterwards. That means you are ignorant. You have not read what Krishna is saying. That's why you're thinking after death nothing is there. No. But who is that one fortunate person after going from Brahmanda to Brahmanda to Brahmanda who gets this one seed of bhakti, of devotional service? Bhakti Lata Bij. That he, by good fortune, by some good fortune, he meets a pure devotee, and this seed of pure devotion is planted in him. And the moment it is planted, of course, like a good gardener, when you put a seed in your soil, you know how to take care of it at least. Well, that's all a gardener has to do. You have to pour water, make sure there are no weeds, and automatically it will grow. Farmer doesn't have to go inside the soil and do anything to the seed, nothing. All he has to do is make sure pour water regularly. Then make sure if there are any weeds that are growing, remove the weeds. That's all. Keep good care of that seed, it will grow. The same way, by good fortune, if a jiva, a living entity, comes in contact with a pure devotee of Krishna, then this seed of bhakti is planted in his heart. And from then onwards, it's our business to protect that seed, to make sure it grows well, blooms well. And then the bhakti creeper of devotion grows in our heart. And that's the end of your journey of birth and death cycle. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, full stop. There it stops. Krishna says, then I become your swift deliverer. For him, I am the swift deliverer. Immediately he'll pick you up. From that ocean, he'll just pick you up like that. That is why he's the only one who has the name called Mukunda. Mukti Pradayaka Mukunda. One who gives mukti, liberation, is Mukunda. So nobody else can make you cross this. Make you cross this ocean. Even if you're an expert swimmer, can you swim in ocean? You cannot. Nobody can swim in ocean. But if you are drowning in an ocean, somebody has to pick you up. That's the only way. But Krishna has another technique also. What he does, the entire ocean, he'll make it so small, like a calf's footprint. How much is a calf footprint? Only this much. So he'll make the entire ocean water so small, now you can cross. So that's what Krishna does. So this is Bhakti Yoga. And then if you want to take the other path of worshipping the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, you are welcome. But that path is very, very difficult. And before Arjuna himself says that you give me another project, Krishna, give me another project like control the wind or control the air. It's also not easy, but maybe I can control the wind, but I cannot control my mind. So please don't even tell me to do that. So that's what Arjuna's opinion is. He cannot control his mind by other techniques. So Arjuna rejected that path. So who are we thinking better than Arjuna to accept that path, the impersonal path of Brahma Jyoti, Nirakara Brahman, to worship him? It's not possible. And by the way, we don't have so much time. Even if we have time, we don't have interest. Even if you have interest, you don't have the right mentor. Even if you have the right mentor, we don't have the determination. So given so many challenges, why would you want to waste time? If you came to the right conclusion and the right path, let's not waste time on some other methodology, how to approach the Supreme Lord. So take benefit from what Krishna is speaking. And these are direct instructions. There are no difficult sentences here. Krishna is directly saying word to word, every word, if you see, very clear instructions. Like if you see in the 11th chapter I was talking about, see 54, how he talks about what you have to do. Bhaktyatva ananya sakya. What type of bhakti you should do? Ananya bhakta. Directly, same undivided devotional service. Only then you can understand me as I am. Otherwise you cannot. Otherwise people will cheat. Anything they will tell. Now today Radhashtami is coming. Somebody was asking me, what is this one cake picture you have seen in the group? Aruna made one cake before. Radhashtami is. Can I share that here?
Yeah, everybody knows that. Everybody's seen that.
Seen that, yeah. So somebody asked why that footprint is there. So when Krishna comes also, he has, just like we have fingerprint. You can see this?
Yes, Prabhuji, we had seen also.
Right.
And it's a cake.
And it's a cake, yes. Okay, so like this is a footprint. So when Radha's footprint is there, just like our fingerprint, like Aadhaar card, we all have Aadhaar card fingerprint, they have eye print and all that, right? Because it's unique. No two fingerprints are same. The same way, when the Lord comes also, his footprints are there. Radha's footprints are there. So nobody can say or declare, now I am also Bhagavan. You cannot. Then please immediately show your footprint. Krishna has handprint also. So immediately you can tell, oh, whether it's Krishna or not. In fact, there is one great devotee called Akrura. Akrura comes to take Krishna from Mathura. He comes to take Krishna from Vrindavan. So when he goes to Vrindavan, then just by approaching Vrindavan, very close to Vrindavan, just at the outskirts, he sees there are a lot of footprints. Now, Krishna is always playing with his friends also, right? But when he saw the footprints, he could recognize Krishna's footprints. There are so many footprints there. But he could recognize Krishna's footprints. So every footprint that he saw, you know what he did? He paid obeisances. That's all he did. By the time he came to Krishna from the village, from the outskirts to the village, inside to village, every single footprint he saw, he paid obeisances. And Bhagavatam describes that he became completely perfect. One activity, Vandanam. He just paid Vandanam. He paid obeisances to every single footprint that he saw. He became perfect. With so much devotion, he offered himself as a servant of Krishna. So like that, the devotional service is very powerful. And even more powerful is to chant the holy names of Krishna. It's not easy to somebody who chants the holy name of Krishna. The scriptures say that he has actually completed all the recommendations given in the scripture. That means he has finished all the yajna, yaga, yoga, tapasya, dhana, dharma, everything he has completed for him to come to this conclusion to chant the holy name of Krishna. And Krishna's name is dancing on his tongue, and such a person is even worshipable by Krishna, is worshipable by Krishna. So it said, if you are sitting and chanting Krishna's name, Krishna becomes so respectful to that person, he's standing and listening to you. Can you imagine that? You are sitting and chanting, but what is Krishna doing? He's so respectful, he's getting up and he's standing and listening to you. So nicely, Krishna is receiving his devotees because he's taken the holy name of Krishna on his tongue. And devotional service is so powerful. The chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so powerful. Whatever comes in touch with it becomes purified. That means if your tongue came in touch with holy name, your tongue is purified. Your hearing, that means your ears are purified because it's part of your body. Your body is purified because your mind, if it listens to it, your mind is purified. And if you are sitting in one place, that sitting place is purified. And if there is a tree below that you are sitting, even the tree becomes purified. If you are sitting in a hall, the hall becomes purified. And if you are walking, every step becomes a Aswamedha Yajna. So that becomes purified. Everything gets purified in its path. That is the power of holy name of Krishna. Maybe we are not experiencing that. We are just chanting unconsciously. Still, you have unlimited benefit. Still, you have unlimited benefit. But just imagine if only you are also conscious of chanting the holy names of Krishna. Then your life is perfect and you will be in ecstasy. And that is the human, your purpose of human life is fulfilled. Your purpose of human life is fulfilled by doing this direct devotional service. This is where a pure devotee of Krishna and so many other sadhus and saints who are around, they also talk about spirituality this way or that way, but it is roundabout. It is not direct devotional service. So to find a pure devotee who will directly guide you without any deviations, without any distractions, come and surrender to Krishna directly. This is how you can perform devotional service to Krishna directly. Such a sage, such a sadhu is very rare. Such a sadhu is very, very rare. And all the secrets, the rest of the secrets will be revealed onto your heart just by your sincerity. Krishna sitting in your heart, he will reveal exactly how to go back to Krishna directly. Everybody's situation is different. So Krishna will direct you specifically, specific to your situation. But you have to maintain that sincerity and seriousness and devotion to Krishna. Yes, Krishna. You have to call Krishna. When you're calling, it should be a cry. Just like a child is crying for the parents, like that, when you are calling Krishna, it should be like the sincere cry of the child. Hey Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. When it should be so sincere that Krishna melts. Yes, this guy wants something else. You should not, when you're chanting Krishna's name, you should not think, okay, I want this project money, that money should come. Either say bank balance, abhi last month ka kitna hai, next month itna hona hai. All those thoughts will not attract Krishna. It's good for you. You're chanting Hare Krishna. Your mind is still wavering, but that's fine. But you will come to a stage where you will only hear about Krishna's name when you're chanting. Then that sound of Krishna's name goes into your ear like honey, like a thick nectar. It should go. Then that is when your Brahma Saukyam hi Anantam. That Brahmanandam, that Brahmananda that will come to you, that will be Anantam. Then in front of that Ananda, all other types of happiness that is present in front of you will fade in its glory. Right now we might have, oh, this is very beautiful, iPhone, this phone, that one, all gadgets, so many things, all silly things are big thing for us. But when you are able to chant Krishna's name, then the diamond will be shining in front of you. In front of that diamond, all things will be faded away. Like that. Then you know, oh, this diamond, I have to keep it. Like that. So I'll stop here. I'll take any questions. Anybody else?
So Krishna says that this path is very difficult for embodied. Can you explain what?
Embodied means to think everything is a body. I am this body.
So the
sloka number is that I'll show you
the first one only. Second, the third.
The third one.
So Krishna is saying that for the embodied soul it is difficult. So does that mean that those who have, means those who don't have body? So
no.
Not
who
like
think
that.
Everything is the body.
Oh, those who think
everything is the body. Yeah.
Okay.
Not 3, 4. I think it's 2. Yeah.
2 he told directly first that he gave the answer, and the third one.
Fifth one.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
Okay, yeah, we don't have the third one. Third and fourth.
Third and fourth is the same one. Which is like fifth.
Actually, another thing is here everywhere Krishna is talking about aham, mam, like that. On me.
Directly.
So how people are not able to understand? How can they translate it wrongly?
Yeah.
And still they make a mistake.
Exactly. It's a direct Sanskrit, direct language actually.
Yeah.
It's a direct language. But because they don't believe Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because this is Mayavadi interpretation. God cannot have, they are only thinking God is Nirakara. God has no form. Moment God takes a form, he is limited. Their idea is God has taken a form is limited. So limited cannot be Brahman. Brahman is unlimited. This is their problem. They cannot conceive two ideas in one place. So they say Krishna is also Maya. So that is why they are called Mayavadi.
Even though Krishna is saying, Mom,
Direct.
Mom, still
Yes.
they cannot understand it.
Yes.
So
And
simple.
Arjuna asked this question specifically
Specifically.
because in 11th chapter he showed his Vishwarupam.
And also it is for people, there are so many people that have that understanding that, you know, this concept of Brahman is bigger, or it is the basis of Krishna, that he wanted to clarify, because he's not clarifying for himself, he's clarifying for us, because
Yes.
these questions are for us, you
Yes.
know. So
And also Krishna again later next chapter he will clarify Brahmano hi pratishtaham. That Brahman is coming from me only. It is my energy only. He clarifies that.
also here Krishna is telling that you have to, in the sixth and seventh sloka, he's telling, I am going to deliver you. So there also he is saying that this is not the permanent place, that you have to go somewhere else, you know. Means deliver means what? It take us from here and go,
Yes.
right?
I
So that
understood.
also people
Yes.
don't understand.
Yes. Mrityu samsara
Very
saga.
nice slokas actually, all of them.
Yes.
Yeah, we
It's
have to
direct.
remember
It is a
them.
direct conclusion of Bhakti Yoga.
Anybody else has any other questions or any comments?
Mataji,
Yeah.
today less participants, so we got more attention.
Yes. Yes.
But it's okay, we enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are four devotees watching in the YouTube. So we might have very less here, but you know, in YouTube we have this option, so which is very
If
good.
they have a question also, they can type. We can wait for their questions.
Yeah, I don't know if they are able to. Nobody wrote, but yeah, if there was anything, I would have told you. There isn't any message over here. So, but it's nice actually that we were able to do.
Like if you see the word to word meaning, like you said, everywhere he's talking about offer everything to me.
Mom, mom.
Yeah. See,
Actually,
sarva karmani mayi.
you are not sharing the screen. If you are thinking the screen is
Oh,
not being
really?
shared. Yeah, it's not.
Okay, sorry.
You are reading it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarva karmani mayi unto me, all activities given to me, mat paraha, being attached to me, ananyena, without division, means uninterrupted. Certainly yogena, mam unto me. Yogena means by practice of bhakti yoga. Dhyayanta, meditating, upasate, worship. Tesham of them, aham, I. Samudharta, deliverer. Mrityu samsara, sagarat. Bhavami, become. Na chirat, not a long time. Na chirat, this is also very important.
Yeah, very important.
People think it might take, oh, very long it will take. Are 30, 40 years also is not considered long time. So 30, 40 years in the big cycle, in the big scale of events, even yoga has to be practiced for thousands of years. Ashtanga yoga especially. Compared to that also, this is very less. Very
And
less.
also here,
In
see,
fact,
very simple.
if you have lot of practice, even if you're not perfected, like there are examples in Bhagavatam, there is Kulashekara, only in one muhurta. One muhurta is 45 minutes. He completely surrendered. He did Atmani Vedanam. Total surrender. Bali Chakravarti, just by association of Vamandev, he completely surrendered. He did Atmani Vedanam. It didn't take him long time. He was actually doing Aswamedha Yajnas. In fact, the 100 Aswamedha Yaga also he was ready to do. But moment he heard direct instructions from Vamandev, immediately he surrendered. He said, okay, put the third leg also on me. Then you also have example of Katwang Maharaj. Katwang Maharaj. Katwang Maharaj. he also, similar to other kings, the Devatas told him, you have only 1 second left. He said, that's enough. I want to fully surrender to Krishna. Gives up everything, but he had practiced before. So to surrender to Krishna, one time there's a disciple of Prabhupada asked Prabhupada, how much time does it take to surrender to Krishna? Immediately Prabhupada said, 1 second. Takes only 1 second to surrender to Krishna. Are you ready? We are not ready. That's the only problem. So moment you decide, I want to surrender to Krishna, that is that moment, that epiphany, it's called in English. Vakka second, vakka nimisham, you surrender to Krishna, that's it. You achieve perfection. It doesn't take long time. All this talk we are doing is like sales pitch. Sales guy comes, he tries to sell you something, very costly equipment. He'll tell you 1 hour lecture. Ma'am, this is very good. This is warranty, itna hai, this is that. So many things he'll talk about that. Finally, what? You have to buy. Okay, I am convinced, you give me that. So you give him a check or swipe the card, finished. Sale is over. All this we are trying to do is to help all of us and to ourselves, to tell ourselves to surrender to Krishna. Oh, life is short, we have to surrender to Krishna. That's the bottom line. So here Krishna is saying, Na chira. It doesn't take long time.
And he's saying you're fixed.
Yes.
Those whose minds are fixed on the Lord, then
Yes. On me.
Yeah, on him. Then they will be taken away from this Bhavasagar. He will pick them up.
Mai aveshita. Mai aveshita chetasa.
On Krishna, we have to put. People are thinking, we have to
on
put
a dot, on a black dot on a wall. You put your focus there on the black dot. No, Krishna is saying on me, not on black dot.
Yeah.
That's what you see today. All yoga, everything they teach is like that. They're all secondary. There's so much confusion people have.
In the yoga also, you're supposed to meditate on the Paramatma feature. Paramatma feature, originally, even if you want to do it correctly, right? It is on the
Paramatma is out
Paramatma
of the
feature.
window. Now it is only how much money you pay for that yoga studio. All exercises.
So any other question? Anybody else wants to comment or say something? Otherwise, we'll stop the class here.
Oh, nice, Tilak.
Mataji, I'll share something.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing connected with the class. Today I went to a meeting. I mean, I'm a member of the ladies club here. And they had celebration of Janmashtami.
Okay.
Of course, but the celebration goes on depending on the day. So I played the role of Krishna.
Areva, very nice.
It was a long conversation between and Krishna. And it took 1 week for me to practice. It was a very long conversation. Just 1 minute, please. 1 minute, hold on.
Yeah. Somebody came to your house.